El Mahra province has many old forts which date back to years in the past. All these forts reflect Yemen's well-known architectural design. The following report has more.
Close to these crashing waves stands the historic Bin Yasser fort that is located at the far eastern edge of the country, specifically in the eastern gateway of Yemen, in the Hof district of Al Mahra Governorate. It was originally settled as a trading center over 120 years ago, owned by one of the outstanding figures of the Hof region, who had great boats and trading ships that reached different countries around the world.
At that time, there were no houses or hotels, so people would come to him for housing, whether they were prominent or humble, from the Gulf, Africa, or the rural areas. He welcomed everyone and he was well known. May God have mercy on him. In those days, he owned sailing ships and his trade was primarily in frankincense, dried fish and fish oils. The trade was conducted through barter between them and India, and they would bring back goods.
Built in a unique and famous Yemeni style of architecture, this palace has been a unique symbol of art for more than a century and a quarter. It was built by skilled hands. Generations have preserved this style of architecture to this day. Indoor rooms should not be more than 2 meters wide, although they may be longer due to the difficulty of obtaining white timber in the area.
There are suites in the fort for the residents, which are the families of a sheikh and their relatives. Each suite contains a living room and a small storage room that we call kazoon. The fort has a lower floor and a second floor. In the past, it had rooms on the roof for receiving guests or a viewing area.
Bin Yasser Fort was not just a commercial center or a residence for the family, but also served as a military reinforcement. Visitors can observe the openings that indicate the fort was also used as a military base to protect the city and its society from any invaders. These multiple openings throughout the fort were used by guards, from which they would aim their rifles to confront enemies.
Our lineage as tribes, as you may know from the past, meant that people were always prepared, even at the entry points. In case of an invasion or any problem, people would fortify themselves to protect themselves and their land, to defend the palace and to protect the citizens as well. This palace is indeed large and people might seize it under the pretext of protecting the country.
This unique building of Yemen will assuredly show its power to visitors from abroad. The people of Yemen have been known for the unique style of buildings and architecture, which includes all the facilities and guarantee all the comfort, life, business, and safety and security.